a supermarket was an experience. This was my first time trying a retail job, and I quickly found out how tiring retail can be. I recently told you guys some of my customer stories, but I actually have more stories to tell from this job. Real quick before we get started, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and leave a like on the video to support the channel and keep fun videos like this coming. Now let's go! Now my main jobs in the supermarket were checking out customers at the register, managing the self-checkout area, and restocking shelves. And the easiest shifts by far were the night ones because the store stayed open till very late when there were hardly any customers around. So I'd be either standing around in a very quiet self-checkout area or restocking aisles where there are no other people at all. Since it got so empty, it could get a little spooky the later it got. I'm glad that I hadn't played any convenience store horror games before this, or I probably would have been pretty paranoid. A plus of this was that since there wasn't anybody else around, nobody would be able to see me riding the shopping cart from one end of the aisle to the other. But I do feel like there was probably some guy monitoring the security cameras being like, well, she's zooming again. The complete opposite to those night shifts was holiday times. I expected Christmas to be the best time because it is the best time of the year. It makes sense. But I also hadn't considered how it would also be the busiest. It was hectic. But at least I got to wear a Santa hat. It really is the simple things in life. Also, I don't know if I was just looking at everything through Christmas-colored glasses, but I swear the majority of people seemed like they were shopping in jolly moods, which definitely helps. I could not say the same for Easter, though. That was a not-so-jolly kind of busy where I had to get through hundreds of customers, while also looking a little silly wearing big bunny ears on my head. I had a friend visit me at work on one day and she teased me a little for the ears, which made the very serious, usually completely straight-faced security guard start laughing. Also, a bonus was that Easter season meant that the staff lounge had free hot cross buns for us for days. Fresh hot cross buns just never miss. Busy days like Easter week isn't too bad as long as the customers are being nice, though. It's more difficult when they're not being so nice. There are many times where customers will get angry or just be rude to you. Like when they ask you if a specific item is in stock and you check but have to tell them, "Oh, I'm sorry, we don't stock that item here." But then they say to you,
"No, that's a lie. I've bought it here before."
Or when they get mad at you if you make a mistake like selecting the wrong variety of vegetable at checkout. This one is more difficult because the prices all vary, but they're not all labeled and can look so similar. I remember one lady getting mad at me for selecting the wrong type of cucumber. She criticized me for mixing the two of them up, even though in her opinion they looked so obviously different. I apologized to her and fixed my mistake right away. But after I fixed it and she saw the price of the cucumber go up, she asked, "Actually, can we go with the other cucumber?" I awkwardly laughed because I wasn't sure if it was a joke or not and just moved on to the next item. But she actually stopped talking completely after this, so I think maybe she was actually serious. Sometimes there would be funny little encounters too. There was a time where I was stocking shelves when this guy suddenly approached me. I looked at him and saw that he was dressed up in nice clothing, complete with a fedora. He asked me, "Excuse me, ma'am, but where are the salsas?" "Oh, they're in the next aisle, right next to the chips." He then tipped his fedora to me and said, "Thank you, milady," and walked off. That was the first time that I ever got miladied. When it came to staff in the supermarket, although things eventually got good with other members of staff working there, there was definitely a rough patch at the beginning. Like when they gave me my first morning shift, but forgot to tell me how to access the building when it's still locked up. But worse than that though was around 2 or 3 weeks after that happened. I showed up for work and went to check in with the supervisor as usual. But as I walked up, she gave me this weird look like something was on my face. She then says, "What are you doing here? Your shift today was cancelled." Huh? I was very confused. When I checked the schedule the day before that, it was still written that I was working today. nothing about a cancellation. And they hadn't called me either. So they had just cancelled my shift and had somehow forgotten to let me know. So I came all the way out here for nothing. I was a bit flustered from the awkward surprise and did not want to argue. So I just accepted that I should just go home and went to go get changed back out of my uniform. Even if it wasn't my fault, it felt like a walk of shame going straight back out the store exit. And this wasn't the last time that there was a lack of communication from them. Because there was this other time where I showed up for work as usual, but found that the store was closed and there were a bunch of other staff members standing outside also confused. Nobody knew what was going on and couldn't get through on the phone to management. So we were all just standing around awkwardly wondering how long we should wait there for. Then, an hour later, someone appears at the door from inside and opens it up. They immediately have some of the staff running up to them demanding an explanation. It turned out that because it was a public holiday, the store was opening late. And they'd given all of us the wrong time to come start work. The guy who opened the door was just as confused as us about how this mistake happened. But they did get better with communication to everyone after that happened, so it didn't happen again. I also got into the rhythm of working there and even got rewarded at one point for being the fastest person at checking out items on the registers. Honestly, before that happened, I didn't even know that they were recording our checking out speeds. But at least I got given a box of chocolates as a reward. If you have any work stories of your own that you'd like to share, please leave them down in the comments below because I'd love to read them. If you'd like to support the channel, I hope that you'll consider becoming a channel member. You'll get access to lots of exclusive perks such as sneak peeks at upcoming videos and even having your original character in my video outros. Thank you guys for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye!